Greetings to all. Welcome to the Way to Live YouTube channel, your space for spiritual clarity, inner healing, and soul transformation. Here, we go beyond the surface level advice to awaken your higher consciousness and help you remember who you truly are. Today's video is inspired by a thoughtful question from a few of my subscribers. They ask me, what is the proof of your spiritual teachings? People often ask this question, some with curiosity and others with skepticism. They would say, you're talking about soul, you're talking about death and higher dimensional truths. How do you know all these things? From which book you read these from? Is this proven by science? Is this really scientific? How do you know what you're sharing is true? What is the evidence? Is it written in scriptures? Did a rishi or siddha speak about it? Or is it all just from your mind? Just from your own imagination? Well, these are all fair questions. After all, when someone speaks about spirituality, we are conditioned to expect validation from either scriptures or holy texts, lineage, or a guru's name. But what I share doesn't come from memorized texts. It comes from my own divine guidance through inspiration, intuition, and inner clarity. So, to answer the question, whatever I share, is it really true? Let me give a simple analogy. Imagine someone gives you a new dish to try. You have a very sensitive body. So how do you know if that food is good for you? You eat it and then you observe, correct? If your body feels energetic, clear, balanced, uplifted and light, then that food is right for you. But if you feel bloated, tired, heavy, nauseous or uneasy, that food is not suitable for you, right or wrong. It doesn't matter whether that food came from a 7-star hotel or a roadside stall. What matters the most is how your body responds to it, correct? In the same way, you don't need to ask whether what I say came from a scripture, a saint, or a siddha. Ask yourself, how do I feel after listening? Observe your state of being. If you feel clear, or if you feel clarity, relief, inner peace, strength to face life, or it gives answers for your inner questions, or if it removes confusions, then it is positively serving you, and that is the indication and that is your proof. But if it creates fear, guilt, disempowerment, or makes you feel stuck, then my wisdom is not true for you. And that's perfectly okay. Move towards the wisdom that guides you positively or that aligns with your true self. Don't validate my words by asking, is this in the Bhagavad Gita or did a rishi say this before? Instead, ask your own self, what do I feel when I hear this? If your inner being says, yes, then there is no need for further proof. If not, I gently encourage you to walk toward what your soul needs. Because I'm not here to build a religion. I'm not here to gather followers. I'm here to guide you back to yourself, to your own intuition, to your own inner truth. See, let me share a recent real life moment. I was at a Shiva temple in my hometown. A girl stood in the darshan queue holding a phone awkwardly in her hand. It looked like she was filming, but she was not actually filming. So the priest saw her mobile phone and he shouted, who allowed this girl to bring a mobile phone inside the sanctum? Don't you know it is not allowed? Then the girl was deeply hurt. Her moment of connection was shattered. After my darshan, something stirred inside me, a whisper or a divine nudge, soft, subtle, clear, which said, go to her, ask, are you hurt? Then tell her, Shiva says, be happy. I followed that inner nudge. I gently asked her, are you hurt? She replied immediately, yes, I am. I softly said, Shiva says, be happy. At first, she didn't understand. Someone nearby asked me to repeat, I said it again. Shiva says, be happy. In that moment, her face blossomed like a lotus. The moment she heard Lord Shiva says, be happy, she smiled not just from the lips, but from the soul. I hope you understand the emotionality I'm trying to convey. Her prayer was restored, not by the ritual, but by a state of being. Now you tell me, was I simply consoling her or was I carrying Lord Shiva's message? You may say both, and perhaps that's true, but what made me to do it? What gave me that precise inspiration, that exact moment? It didn't come from my ego. It flowed through my ego. It flowed through my ego. I've learned to sense the difference between the voice of the ego and the vibration of the intuition. You have that capacity too. You have just been taught to doubt it. I don't doubt my intuition. Even if it is your mind, even if it is simply coming from your mind, it's okay. Let it flow. Trust it. Allow it. Eventually, you will begin to refine it. Because this is not about believing me. It is about becoming the embodiment of your own divine expression. And a lot of people have asked me, how did you come into this spiritual life? Well, so how did let me answer how I came into this spiritual journey. See, ever since I was 7 or 8 years, I have been around spiritual experiences. My relative, she's a sister, who stayed with us, used to channel the divine messages from an energy known as Mariamman, a feminine divine force. She would ask questions and the answers would come in dreams. That was the first exposure to divine, not through books, but through direct spiritual contact. As I grow older, different deities would guide me at a particular point of time, often through channelers acting as mediums. We wouldn't go searching for them. The deity would invite us. Sometimes we wouldn't even know the name of the temple, but someone would connect us and guidance would arrive without fail. So at any given phase, one deity would be central, and through that presence, clear practical guidance would flow into my life. From resolving family issues to personal direction, I never had to struggle. These messages came without any resistance, without any doubt. And I listened to so many spiritual videos via YouTube also, until 2016 when my journey took another turn. I followed one particular guru. She's a woman with a beautiful energy. She channeled a being called Lord Narasimha and one of the avatars of Vishnu. She helped transform people through love and positivity, and I was serving her for a year. But I also witnessed something else. I saw how praise created an attachment, how money and closeness created unconscious expectations, how subtle ego can hide even behind spiritual humility, and how those who offered honest feedback were quietly pushed out. I was one of them. Someone close, I offered feedback, not criticism, just sincerity, and I was removed from her circle. It hurt deeply. But from that pain, my intuition awakened. I realized I don't need to become a guru. I don't need people to touch my feet. I don't need people to praise me. I don't need to carry the label of a teacher or a guru or a saint. What I needed was to live from my truth and help others to awaken their own guidance. And one night in a dream, the divine showed me clearly, if you truly wish to serve, share the higher wisdom being shown to you. But only if it is your joy, no force, no obligation. And so I said yes. From then, I started sharing, not by preparing, but by allowing. Every video, every insight comes not from planning, but from a divine nudge within. So how does my intuition guide me? It teaches me through examples, symbols, dreams, clarity, real life analogies, etc. If I need to understand something like timelessness, for example, my inner guidance doesn't drop a definition. It gives me examples, clues, whispers, images. Over time, and suddenly one day I just know. It teaches me better than a book, better than any outer guru, to be honest. I didn't learn psychology by reading textbooks. I learned it by listening to what being revealed to me through my experiences and inner channel. That's how I know the difference between the frequency of my mind and the frequency of my soul. So I say this with humility. I do not insist that what I say is the truth. I don't say you must believe me. Take it as a point of view or take it as a perspective. I only ask, after listening, do you feel lighter, clearer, and stronger? Has something shifted positively within you? If yes, then that is your truth. And that is all the proof you will ever need. And I'm humbly saying, this is my only message. Not to convert you, not to impress you. Take it as a perspective. If it is helping you to expand yourself, accept it. Otherwise, move towards what will expand you. It's very simple. But I remind you, you already carry what you're searching for. My words are not commandments. They are gentle reminders to help you turn within and trust your own divine guidance. That's all I would like to say for this question. With this, I conclude this video. If you have any concerns or questions, or if you'd like to share your views on this particular message, feel free to type them in the comment section. I thank you very much for your precious time. I will come back to you with another insightful video. Until then, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care.